What's up, guys, and welcome to Champion Picks. I'm Jared Champion. In this edition of Champion Picks, we're going to be going over Week 4 DraftKings recap. We're just going to go over a lineup that I had in, and then we're going to look at the winning lineups for the $1 Million Maker and a winning lineup for just another contest that I was in, so we can match up and see how we did versus the winner. As you see our lineup on the left here, we got 157.62, and the winning total was 225.42. We were about 68 points away. Let's go over our picks and see where we could have made up on some of those. First off, we started Trevor Siemian. Unfortunately, Trevor Siemian got hurt and got pulled. If he would have stayed in the game and got the same amount of points that Paxton Lynch did, I think it was like 14 more, he would have had like around 20. Our lineup did cash, but, things like this, Trevor Siemian not getting hurt, it would have moved us up a lot more. I think this was a $3 entry that we ended up winning $10 on, finishing like 4,000 out of 44,000. So, like, top 10%, it's not really bad. It's like the low end of the payouts. But, we still had some good plays on here, so this is why I use this lineup to kind of like show you the difference between a payout and a high-end payout. So obviously Trevor Siemian being hurt, there really wasn't anything we could do with that. We stacked Trevor Siemian with Emmanuel Sanders, which would have been a good stack, seeing that Emmanuel Sanders caught a touchdown, not from Trevor Siemian. But so I'd say we're probably missing about 15 points from there. 15 points would probably double our payout. That's how close these contests are, as you see. And then after Trevor Siemian, we have Melvin Gordon. Melvin Gordon was a chalk play this week. He was played at 25%. He was a pretty good pick at 6,300. He got you 24 points. He was just kind of running back you couldn't pass up with New Orleans. After Melvin Gordon, we had Josh Howard. I kind of had two chalk plays at running back, which they did pay out. They had low floor, high ceilings, which, is pretty good for these type of leagues. These three guys, Antonio Brown, Jordan Howard, and Melvin Gordon, were supposed to be my three carriers, which they did pretty well. Marvin Jones Jr. was definitely a spot that killed me this week. If I would have had anybody other than Marvin Jones Jr. here that had a good week, like Crabtree had 33 points, Julio obviously had 51, I would have jumped up big time. Like, we're talking like from a $10 payout to a couple $100 payout. Because as you see, he had a 51-point wide receiver. We kind of match up down the way. Matt Ryan killed Trevor Siemian where he didn't finish the game. Melvin Gordon and Ezekiel Elliott are pretty even. We both had Josh Howard. Antonio Brown scored 5 less than Will Fuller. It's not too bad. But then you look at Marvin Jones versus Julio Jones. Not very good. 50 points to 12 points. So made up some points in my third wide receiver. Emmanuel Sanders is better than Terrell Pryor. Hunter Henry was a really good play this week. He was cheap, and he got a touchdown, and he got you 16 fantasy points from a tight end, so that was really good. And then when you go to your flex, we had one of the best plays this week in Steve Smith Sr. Steve Smith Sr. had probably his best game of the year, and we kind of thought it was going to be like that because Oakland is a bad secondary, but Steve Smith was a good play. Cardinals defense wasn't too good. There was a lot better I could have played. I think Bengals would have been a good pick here. Texans got him 10, so you kind of see where we fell short. Marvin Jones was definitely a big fall short, and then the injury on Trevor Siemian is what killed us. But all in all, seeing that we had an injury and a player like Marvin Jones who's been putting up huge points, only gets 12, I think we did pretty good. We cashed, and you can't be mad when you're making money. So $3, one is 10 on this lineup. We were about 68 points away from first place, but we see where we went wrong, so we can take that and go into the next week. So let's look at the DraftKings top scores of the week. So DraftKings tweets this out usually after the contests are over, after the Sunday games. Of course, Julio Jones and Matt Ryan were the top two. That was your number one stack of the week. Your number two stack of the week fell in with Ben Roethlisberger and Antonio Brown. Ben just went off. KC's defense looked awful. It was crazy how bad they looked. Michael Crabtree and Derek Carr came in at the third stack, which was really nice to see at Baltimore. I'm a Derek Carr fan. I like him. I'm hoping Oakland will become a good team. Kind of makes that division a little bit better, not Denver just winning every year. So And then last we have Jordan Reed, and Jordan Reed and Kirk Cousins was the 4th best stack of the week. That was a stack I actually recommended, so I was glad it came in, and sadly it came in at the 4th best and not the best. But if you use Kirk Cousins and Jordan Reed, I don't think you were hurting too much this week. And then we'll go on to the winner of the $1 Million Maker. So this is what a lot of people want to see. This guy, Stein is Cool, had 3 entries, $20 each, and he won $1 million. Of course, he had Matt Ryan, Julio Jones, the number 1, number 2 stack. He had Isaiah Crowell in, had only a 5% ownage, getting him 25 points. Zeke Elliott getting him 25 points. He ran Terrell Pryor, which is pretty much his only chalk play. Terrell Pryor was 33% owned in this tournament, and he only got him 15 points, but that was okay because then he had Steve Smith at 11% owned, getting him 28. Jordan Reed at 11% owned, getting him 28. And then this is the best play in my opinion, Eddie Royal, 27 points, 0.4% owned, less than 1% of the people who played owned him. Then you had the Cardinals D, which is the DL, also ran 15% owned, but didn't hurt him too bad. The guy won $1 million. Congrats. So tonight we've got Giants at Vikings. I've already made this pick in my picks video. I am 2-1 on the week in my picks, and if I win this game, I'll be 3-1. I went 4-0 last week, so that would make me 7-1 on my public picks for the channel. If you haven't seen my picks video yet, you can click up there in the top left. It'll take you to that video. And I just want to thank everybody for continually supporting the channel. If you want to, you can click the subscribe button, click the DraftKings link down there, and use my referral code to free entry to the $1 Million Maker. Thanks. Have a good Monday, guys.